Why? Why? Because their regulations are easier to navigate than here in Virginia. We're not just losing jobs to Texas, we can't even compete with our neighbor states. We're falling behind Maryland, we're falling behind North Carolina, we're falling behind Tennessee. Virginians aren't winning. In fact, Virginia ranks 49th out of 50 states as best place to start a business. We can't tax our way to prosperity, but we can grow our way there if government would just get out of the way. On top of that, Virginians are worried about our safety. I talked with an elderly gentleman in Roanoke, and he was afraid to take his wife out for their standard evening walk because he was afraid of what might happen to them. They loved this walk, and it was changing their lives. We have failing schools, a stagnant business climate, an exploding cost of living, and on top of that, fear of even taking an evening walk. Friends, enough is enough. My opponent, Terry McAuliffe, is a dangerous 40-year political operative. He is pushing a failed partisan agenda, and the results in Virginia are clear. Our recovery from the pandemic is slower than other states. Our students are falling behind in school. The murder rate is spiking. There's way too much government that is not working, like the Virginia Employment Commission and the DMV. They are broken, and we're going to go fix them. So I'm here to tell you we can do so much better. We must do so much better. Virginians are demanding better. So I know it's not even Labor Day. And I know you may not have thought about the fact that this election starts in less than 3 weeks. That's right, on September 17th, we start voting. And what starts in Virginia will change the world. That's not hyperbole. It's our history. It's our history. A Virginian, Thomas Jefferson, wrote the Declaration of Independence, the greatest statement of the last 300 years on the rights and liberties of people. When the Revolution started, another Virginian, George Washington, led us into battle. And when we formed the new republic, and they called upon him to serve, he humbly only served 2 terms and stepped down for power, setting the precedent that all power resides in the people. And when we needed a constitution, another Virginia stepped up. James Madison's the father of our Constitution. And he incorporated Virginia's Bill of Rights as the template for the rights that protect our freedoms. And that document, our Constitution, has become the inspiration for people all around the world. Virginia's legacy is to lead. And at this time, we will start leading again. So I know we have a lot to get done. That means we have to start strong. That's why I'm laying out my game plan. My game plan on day 1 to get us started. I'll move forward with this vision to make Virginia the best place in America to live and work and raise a family. I'll waste no time getting started, not a second. We'll walk off that stage and we're going to work. And this starts with our day 1 agenda. We're going to start on the right foot. I know we have so much more to do. Healthcare, transportation, energy. But this day 1 agenda will start strong, tackling the challenges and creating opportunities so that Virginia can get moving. So here we go, folks. On day one, we will start by cutting costs for all Virginians. We have so much to offer: great universities, an amazing workforce, a large and talented military, a veteran population that is second to none, so many natural wonders, but it is absolutely too darn expensive to live in Virginia. The liberal left keeps piling on costs, while Virginians face rising housing costs, rising fuel costs, rising energy costs. Many Virginians are still digging out from COVID. Jobs were eliminated, incomes reduced. So many people went into debt. And yet we have a government that continues to add to that burden and extract more from Virginians and promote the wrong priorities. Well, we're about to do something about it. As governor, I will tackle the rising cost of living by eliminating Virginia's grocery tax, most regressive tax I could possibly imagine, suspending the recent Democrats' hike of our gas tax, doubling the standard deduction for our income tax, and providing the largest tax rebate in Virginia's history, a one-time rebate of $600 for joint filers, $300 for individuals. Friends, these measures cumulatively we will save a family of 4 in Virginia in excess of $1,400, almost $1,500 in the first year. But we'll go even further. Because in Virginia, property tax bills continue to rise way too fast. We need to protect all homeowners, no matter where they live, but especially those retirees who are living on a fixed income. We can't let people continue to suffer from government inflating costs such that people might have to leave their homes. We need a check on runaway property taxes, on a government that benefits from escalating inflation, that impact not just home values and tax assessments, but they do it without protecting our seniors, our first-time home buyers, our affordable housing homeowners. Virginians know better. And under my plan, we will have the power. We will, in fact, require a vote before homeowners' taxes are ever increased again. One way to address the cost of living is to constrain the rising cost for Virginians. The other way is to create rising incomes through greater opportunities. We will do both. Our second element of our day one game plan is that we will keep our communities safe. We will keep our communities safe. The most fundamental responsibility of government, however, must be to keep people safe. It's the most basic compact between citizens and government. And the ruling class in Richmond has utterly failed us. Failed us. The murder rate is at a 20-year high. Progressive politicians have clamored for the defunding of police, taking away police protections. I will not defund police, I will defend them. There are so many ways we can work together to make policing better. But the answer is not to take away resources or undermine trust in those that stand between us and criminal activity. That's why I'm committed to providing comprehensive resources for police and protecting qualified immunity. And friends, something that has been absolutely at the heart of Suzanne and my mission is we will tackle the evil cancer of human trafficking. The selling of women and children into sexual slavery is today's slavery. We will tackle it. We will end it. And we will reform government institutions that have undermined the rule of law. That's why on day one, I will fire the parole board. This scandal-plagued board, appointed by Terry McAuliffe and Ralph Northam, endangers all Virginians. We will clean house. The third big element of our day one game plan is we will jumpstart job growth in Virginia. I will be the jobs governor of Virginia. We have so many opportunities to grow by focusing on our advantages, the technology sector, the maritime industry, manufacturing, logistics, pharmaceuticals, agriculture. We must make it easier for businesses, not harder. Easier for businesses, not harder. Terry McAuliffe brags about creating 44,000 jobs over the last 8 years. We'll create 400,000 jobs in the first 4. We'll do this by cutting job-killing regulations on day one, 25% of them gone. We'll absolutely do this by actually protecting Virginians' ability to not be forced to join a union. Right to work is critical to Virginia's future, and I will protect it. Absolutely. And we will reinvigorate small business. We're going to create a 12-month tax holiday so that money can be used to grow. And we're going to end the taxation on PPP loans and other government support. And just as Suzanne and I started the Virginia Ready initiative to retool laid-off workers who absolutely were so disadvantaged by extending lockdowns across Virginia, we will in fact launch Jumpstart Jobs. And we are going to develop talent, train workers, attract investment, and make Virginia the easiest state to start a business. Friends, today Virginia ranks an abysmal 44th in the nation in job recovery coming out of the pandemic. The ruling class in Richmond is totally insulated from the everyday struggles of small business owners, entrepreneurs, and working Virginians. I will not allow COVID lockdowns to ever occur in Virginia again. The fourth big element of our day one game plan is to restore excellence in our schools. To be clear, we will keep Virginia's classrooms open 5 days a week. The learning loss over the last 18 months has so disadvantaged our kids. The governor ceded control of our classroom to the teachers' unions. We will not do that again. And now we are seeing the demonstrable decline in performance in the classroom. This learning loss is on top of Terry McAuliffe's declines brought about by lowering the standards of excellence, the expectations in our schools. It's time for a renewed focus on education excellence. We will restore a standard of excellence in our schools where we reward achievement, not condemn it. We're going to create 20 innovation charter schools on day one to give parents choice. And yes, we will invest in facilities, we will invest in teaching excellence, we will invest in special ed programs. And we will absolutely rid the political agenda that it's made its way into our classroom by banning critical race theory on day one. And finally, we will restore our faith in government by having it work for us versus telling us what to do. Why would we allow government to rule our lives when it can't even run its own agencies? Our unemployment system is completely broken. Our Department of Motor Vehicles forces Virginians to wait months to get an appointment for a license. And those who have presided over the decline of state government for 8 years are asking you to hire them again. Well, folks, let's say no. On day one, we'll go to work fixing failed agencies in Richmond, starting out of the box with the Virginia Employment Commission and the DMV. We will make state services about customer service. We're going to restore faith and trust in state government through honesty and integrity. And in fact, we will conduct a statewide transparency audit to root out waste, fraud, and abuse across all of state government. We're going to make government work for you, and all the while, we're going to be standing up and protecting your constitutional rights. In a few short years, Virginia has become California East. It happened quickly. Our economy has stalled. We've been overburdened by taxes and regulations. Crime is on the rise. We have a failed mental health system that is such a crisis we must address now. Our schools are underperforming because our leaders lowered standards and put politics in the classroom. The cost of living has skyrocketed. Our government is detached and broken. And our best and brightest are actually leaving to go to other states because there are greater opportunities there. So if you like the last 8 years, then it makes perfect sense to look back to a past recycled leader. But I envision a different future for Virginia. One where we reignite opportunity. One where classroom standards are higher. One where results matter. One where opportunity is on the rise. A Virginia where families can afford to buy a home and even save for that much-needed vacation because the cost of living is kept under control. A Virginia where it's safe for our parents and our grandparents to go for a walk and only worry about what they're going to do tomorrow, as opposed to their own safety. A Virginia where our children can play in parks and parents don't worry. Friends, this is the Virginia we will build together. It's a Virginia where government remembers that government works for us and not themselves. We are the customers. We are the customers. And all power resides with the people. This is an idea that absolutely revolutionized the war and revolutionized the world, and it started here in Virginia. So this is my day one game plan. And the only thing we have to do differently is everything. Because to fix what is broken, we can't settle for half measures. We need a whole new approach to absolutely uproot the liberal bureaucracy that has taken hold of Richmond and to make government accountable to the people again. So my fellow Virginians, as we prepare to vote, we do not have to settle. We don't have to settle for the same old stale politics that have failed us. We don't have to settle for broken agencies. We don't have to settle for bad schools. We don't have to settle for unsafe neighborhoods. We do not have to settle for a cost of living that's running away and driving people out of Virginia. We absolutely don't have to settle for politics that divides us. We, in fact, can come together like never before. And here is our moment. Here is our moment to come together and change the future of Virginia. But while we're at it, changing the future of this great country, friends, I cannot wait to go work for you on day one. We are going to start strong. God bless you all. Thank you all very much.